Hello everyone, it has been a long while, and I can't pretend that I'm going to make this a particularly comprehensive video, but I figured I would stop and give everybody a health update, an update as to what's been going on with me, and what we can look forward to in the future. Yes, I have finally come out of my 2020 funk, and I am coming back to BookTube. It's been so long and I miss it. At first, I really didn't because my wrists hurt so darn much. But the more I've stayed away, the more I've missed having this outlet to talk about the books that I'm loving. I think part of the problem was also that in the beginning of 2020, either because of my mood or because of the choice of books I was picking up, I just kept putting them down and not finishing them, and that was really souring my mood too. I don't like to talk about the books that I don't finish. I like to talk about the ones that I finish and absolutely love. So one of the things I'm going to be doing shortly, maybe even this year, but if not, definitely starting back up in 2021, is to come back to BookTube and make some weekend reading vlogs again. It's been so long and I really miss doing them. The other thing you will notice that there is a difference in my background. That is because I moved the library downstairs. No, I'm not cured. My pain is definitely better than it was when I stepped away from this channel. But that's because I've gotten better at managing it through a combination of medication and exercise. I have gotten better at learning my limits and really focusing on taking care of myself this year, and I really needed it. I still don't have a diagnosis, which is annoying. However, I did go to the chronic pain clinic, which is the last specialist on my list that I can possibly see to figure out what's going on, and he told me that I have central sensitized nociceptive pain. Centrally sensitized nociceptive pain. It's a lot of big words that basically means I have pain in my joints that can't be confirmed through swelling or injury or any other medical readings, and nobody knows why that's happening. Centrally sensitized pain is in the same realm as fibromyalgia and some other conditions, but I believe it's fibro that we're still looking at maybe as a diagnosis right now, maybe something to do with joint hypermobility, because I have had the test to see if my joints are hypermobile, which means how far back they bend, and I aced that test like I ace every test. So what's been going on with me? Well, this year I have read not as much as last year, surprisingly, but a lot of science fiction and fantasy books. I just can't handle anything remotely to do with the real world, which happens to include historical romance for some reason. It's been really difficult not only to read historical romance, but to write historical romance. I actually wound up writing a 7-book series, yes, from start to finish, that is set in the future on Earth, and has urban fantasy elements, because I really just can't handle anything to do with modern day or apparently the past. But I do have a book releasing actually today. It's called The Price of Temptation. I'm going to be putting up a nice video with a behind the books type, behind the scenes type of thing, but it's been a super busy month and the editor of said video does not have the time to do it just yet. Also, I haven't scripted it. Maybe I'll just ad-lib it. like I'm doing right now. What could go wrong? But The Price of Temptation is out, and this is the first book that I ever dictated. So basically what happened is that this book was contracted, and then about a month or two later, I lost the function in my wrists. So I had to relearn how to write using a different medium, my voice instead of my hands, and that was so incredibly challenging. However, I finished it. I have edited it this year. That was mainly my huge project for the year, aside from that 7-book series that I dictated. And it is out as of today. I am so proud to see this book out in the world, and I hope that you love it as much as I do, because it just means so darn much to me. Those are the main things that have been happening in my life. The new library, my continuing pain and lack of diagnosis, the new book, and the fact that I'm coming back to BookTube. So I look forward to talking to you again at long, long last. What have you been up to in 2020 while I've been away? Feel free to leave a comment. I would love to catch up with you again. Until next time, happy reading.